The wind screams across the endless plains of North America. Snow cuts through the air like shattered glass, and standing against the storm is a survivor older than the Wild West itself, the American bison. A creature so powerful, so stubborn, and so mysterious that even nature struggles to stop it. But hidden beneath its massive frame and shaggy fur lies a story filled with survival, near extinction, and one unbelievable comeback. Because this isn't just an animal, it's a living symbol of resilience. And tonight, we uncover the relentless spirit of the American bison. At first glance, the American bison looks almost prehistoric. Massive shoulders, curved black horns, a thick mane hanging over dark eyes that seem to carry ancient memories. Adult males can weigh up to 2,000 pounds. That's heavier than a small car. Yet despite their size, bison can run at speeds of nearly 40 miles per hour, faster than most humans could ever imagine. And when they charge, the ground literally shakes beneath them. For centuries, millions of bison once roamed the Great Plains in giant herds stretching farther than the eye could see. Early explorers described the sound of their movement like distant thunder rolling across the land. But the most shocking part, nobody truly knew how many existed. Some estimates suggest there were over 30 million bison across North America. 30 million. An unstoppable force of muscle and fur dominating the continent. But then, everything changed.
In the 1800s, the expansion of railroads and mass hunting turned the plains into a killing ground. Bison were slaughtered by the thousands, sometimes just for sport, sometimes for hides, and sometimes to weaken indigenous tribes who depended on them for survival. The endless herds began disappearing, day by day, year by year, until the impossible happened. The rulers of the plains nearly vanished forever. By the late 1880s, fewer than 1,000 bison remained alive. Think about that, from tens of millions to the edge of extinction. It was one of the greatest wildlife collapses in human history, and many believed the American bison would disappear forever. But nature had other plans.
The bison refused to surrender. Small groups survived in isolated regions like Yellowstone. Hidden in remote valleys and protected lands, these survivors carried the species forward against impossible odds. And surviving wasn't easy. Winter on the plains can become brutally deadly. Temperatures plunge below freezing. Blizzards bury the land in snow. Food becomes scarce. Most animals flee or perish. But the bison endure. Using their massive heads like snowplows, they sweep aside deep snow to uncover frozen grass beneath. Their thick winter coats trap heat so effectively that snow can rest on their backs without melting. Imagine being so well adapted to cold that a blizzard barely slows you down, and yet predators still wait in the shadows.
Wolves are among the few hunters brave enough to challenge a bison, but attacking one is incredibly dangerous. A single kick from a bison and shatter bones. One swing of its horns can send predators flying. So wolves must work together with patience and precision. They search for weakness, a young calf, an injured adult, a vulnerable moment. But the herd protects its own with terrifying determination. When danger approaches, adult bison form defensive circles around their young, facing outward toward the threat, prepared to fight to the death. It's not just survival, it's unity. And sometimes, even wolves retreat, because the spirit of the bison is relentless.
But there's another mystery surrounding these animals. Despite their massive size, bison can appear strangely calm and peaceful. Tourists often mistake them for slow-moving cattle. That mistake can become deadly. Every year, people in national parks get too close trying to take photos, and suddenly, the calm giant explodes into motion. Bison are unpredictable, wild, untamed, and far more dangerous than many predators. In places like Yellowstone National Park, bison injure more visitors than bears. That surprises most people, but maybe it shouldn't, because beneath that shaggy coat is raw power built by thousands of years of survival. This is not a farm animal. This is the spirit of the wild plains itself.
And the mystery deepens even further. Scientists discovered that bison play a massive role in shaping entire ecosystems. As they roam, they naturally fertilize the soil. Their grazing patterns help maintain healthy grasslands. Even the trails they carve into the earth influence water flow and plant growth. Without realizing it, the bison became engineers of the prairie. Entire ecosystems evolved around them. And when the herds disappeared, the land changed too. Grasslands weakened, species declined. Nature lost one of its ancient architects, which is why modern conservation efforts became so important. Slowly, carefully, the bison began returning. Protected herds were established across North America, and against all odds, their numbers started growing again. Today, hundreds of thousands of bison exist once more. Not nearly as many as before, but enough to prove something incredible. Extinction was not the end of their story.
Yet, perhaps the most powerful thing about the American bison isn't its size, or strength, or speed. Its endurance. This animal survived ice ages, predators, human expansion, near annihilation, and still it stands. Still roaming, still fighting storms, still carrying the spirit of the untamed wilderness. The American bison became more than an animal. It became a symbol of resilience itself, a reminder that even when destruction seems certain, survival is still possible. And maybe that's why seeing a bison in the wild feels so different. It's like looking into the past, into a world that almost disappeared forever, a world that refused to die. So the next time you see the silhouette of a bison standing against the horizon, remember this. You are not just looking at a giant beast of the plains. You are looking at one of nature's greatest survivors, a creature that faced extinction and fought its way back. The relentless spirit of the American bison, and its story is still being written.